Good evening, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin evening wrap. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we will go straight over to those charts. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4-hour. Look at that for a test of our support zone. And look at that for a bounce off it as well. So that's pretty impressive. Yeah, pretty impressive. Bitcoin's got back up to here. It was obviously looking a bit weak this morning as we were breaking down. But yeah, it was a nice breakdown to support, and then we did get supported from the support, and managed to actually regain this horizontal as well. So yeah, that is obviously great to see. So now what we need to see now is without obviously messing the chart up too much, Bitcoin's got to try and get above here. And we're not far away from this, but if we get above here, then I think that will trigger the elusive 20k Bitcoin. And I know people think, yeah, 20k all-time high. I mean, Bitcoin didn't actually trade 20k. It traded like 19,900 and something. So 20k Bitcoin will be the first time Bitcoin has ever traded 20k. So yeah, that would be pretty amazing. And I think all we need to do to get there is, well, maybe close a 4-hour above. Well, basically it's 19,000, isn't it? Give or take 19,000. We'll just call it 19,000 because it's just easier to remember. Yes, over 19,000, and yeah, we will take out 20k. We'll probably get some crazy wicks up here. Obviously that's not necessarily what's going to happen. We could run out of steam on this bounce here, start to come back down, at which point it would look very much like Head and Shoulders, potentially lose this horizontal, and then this would be the next catch point, would be just down here. So we'd be watching this level, both these levels, but mainly this one first, which would be around 16 and a half, 16,500. But yeah, bounce there, and then yeah, see if we can hold there and come back up. Obviously, you guys can see we're quite aggressively away from this trend line still, and I mean, we would expect this trend line to get tested at some point, whether it be down here or up here. But I mean, it's like a reversion to the norm, isn't it? The norm of the move up. Basically the gradient of the move up. That's basically what that would be. So yeah, it would make sense for us to come and test this. I mean, we could just trade sideways, but anyway, Bitcoin is not the the most important thing going on at the moment. Obviously, we've got this weekly 9 coming in that we know about, and we had this 5-day 9 here. 5-day 9 here, and what what at the moment, only 2 days into a 5-day candle, pretty indecision candle. So yeah, I mean, yeah, realistically we have got to trade above 19,000, get this continuation and move up. Otherwise, this 5-day basically 9 would and this candle after the 5-day 9, this indecision candle, would look potentially like a short-term, medium-term, or maybe even long-term reversal, but either way, reversal on the 5-day chart basically. But weekly has got the 9 coming in next as well, so we've obviously got to be aware of the weekly 9 too. So if there was ever a time people were going to be looking at taking some sort of a profit, some profits, it would definitely be around here and on around this weekly 9. So we have got to watch out. Is this basically what we need to see for the altcoins to get going? Let me show you Exhibit A, this incredible this is the Satoshi pairing, guys. Look at that. This is great. I mean, we kind of were talking about this, weren't we? About Ethereum. Basically, got to get back into this channel here. It's got a good chance to basically try and put in a bottom and bounce here. We literally had hit this important level here. It was a really good reversal point. I can tell you guys as well, I was literally moving a lot of other altcoins that had been performing into Ethereum around here as well, around the low 400s. So it's I am obviously really pleased to see that nearly 600, so that is fantastic. So yeah, Ethereum pumping. We've actually got a 3 handle now on this Satoshi pairing. So yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, literally, once back in this channel, guys, I mean, the top, let me just zoom out a bit. Guys, the top of the channel is this target, is the target. And that is going to give us, it's just an incredible move, basically. I mean, depending on where it comes in at, it's not far off a 2x in Satoshi pairings, and bear in mind if Bitcoin's going up as well. It could be a pretty, it could basically be all-time highs for Ethereum. It could be like 1500 Ethereum, couldn't it? Here it is. Here is our target met and exceeded. Probably should be looking for new targets here. Let's just whiz over to our 5-day, see what is looking good here as a potential target. We'll try and bang some horizontals in here, because that's what we do. Just bang horizontals. Yeah, so here's one clearly. Yeah, potentially, not potentially, but there is one here also. A nice looking one there. And this isn't lower than the price. This is basically roughly where we are now. It's not that important, that one. I wouldn't really say there's more, other than obviously the high, the all-time high. I'll potentially put one here. And then one here. So we've got some longer term price targets. So yeah, obviously, let's look at them in the context of where we are. Let's get back over to where we're in. Here we go. Let's get back over to where we are. So next target for us is, well, about 700. And let's face it, once this gets going, I mean, we've nearly done 100. Well, actually, nearly. Yeah, we've very nearly done $100 moving Ethereum just from this breakout of this horizontal here. So I mean, another $100 to get us to about 700 is not. It's clearly not out of the question. Will it go in a straight line? Maybe. May actually be, but maybe not. Maybe we just consolidate it somewhere along here. But yeah, I mean, Ethereum looking good. Obviously leading other altcoins. XRP had its massive pump. So fair play to all the XRP people that have yeah, been given a potential exit. I know they're getting something airdropped. I don't know whether that's the reason for this, but hey. But yeah, look at Bitcoin dominance. Just look at it, guys. It did basically interact with our what was a previously slightly wonky line, horizontal. We have got this horizontal which we're currently taking out, and this is the main one that we've got, guys. The main one, the this thicker one here. This was where we were calling a potential daily 9 for a reversal. Here, look, for the altcoins, and it was obviously not that daily 9, it was the next daily 9. So there you go. Was this potentially the third 9? Because you guys will know I have said the triple 9. So we got the 1 9, the 2 9. You guys remember when I talk about how you get the triple 9, and then that is the 1. So obviously we were looking at it on this 9. Didn't get it, so we will delete this now. I mean, you know what it was there for. Didn't work out, but the next 9, the triple 9, the 1, the basically did it for us. The triple daily 9 did it, and we're having a very nice pullback, which this now does look like this can turn into a trend change. This does. This yeah, definitely looks like it could turn into a trend change. Yeah, I mean, this level, take out this level, and then we are full altcoin season mode. I mean, just getting down here alone would obviously be full altcoin mode. In fact, let's look at it on a large time frame. Yeah, I mean, that would be a pretty significant move. You also would notice roughly the halfway point of this whole move up. More than the halfway point of the move from here, though, to actually get it would potentially be breaking basically the halfway point. So we would then expect 100% retrace, and then potentially beyond. Here is the bottom. Is this what the long-term plays for altcoins? And one big massive last hoorah altcoin season down to here, and then all of a sudden BTC mass adoption by businesses, by just everybody, altcoins never be able to keep up with that, and then a break up out this descending broadening wedge, and Bitcoin being the king. Obviously there will be certain individual altcoins that do all right, but as a whole, will that be it? And it'll be game over for all these altcoins, and they're just getting to get hammered in this descending broadening wedge. Very very believable scenario in my mind. That's how I can say it. I was going to say very likely scenario, but I mean, I don't know how likely it is. But yeah, maybe one big last pump, one big last absolute final hoorah, final money making pump in altcoins. We will get absolutely filthy stinking Satoshi rich in altcoin value, get back into Bitcoin, and then ride, I mean, get even stinkier rich, basically riding Bitcoin as it becomes basically a mass adopted asset, and goes to the moon. And we've just picked up a lot more of it from this move down in altcoins. Wouldn't that be fantastic, guys? Wouldn't that be great? So yeah, there we go. Got a plan. You got to have a plan, guys. To fail to prepare is to prepare to fail. So there we go. Let's plan. Let's if we deserve it, the universe will serve it. Anyway, so yeah, pretty stoked about that. Looking like we could be getting some nice moves there. Some nice altcoin moves. Like I said, stack those sats, and then I think the next move up from that will be the one. It will be the one move in BTC to basically rule them all. In fact, let's look at this on a weekly. Yeah, basically a complete bubble pop of the alts. Big altcoin, absolute craziness, and basically a bubble pop of the alts. Basically back to thingy. I mean, if we one minus this chart, it would obviously make sometimes it doesn't do this. Doesn't matter. But yeah. Basically, we had the big absolute parabolic move, and now we're fully retracing. Descending broadening wedge, nice bullish pattern off the back of a bullish move. One last pump down. We may not even make all the way down. We do not have to make all the way down. This here will clearly be the nice level for us to then bounce there and then basically come back and take the high off. We don't have to tag the bottom. If we are in fact at the end of this formation going bullish, you maybe would not expect it to have the basically the momentum to hit the bottom, but hit around this middle point, turn back around, take out the top, and then whammy altcoins, and hello Bitcoin. So yeah, anyway, so let's have a look at those stochastics. Are they going to help us tell us what is going to happen next? 4 hour looking like it wants to turn back up. 4 hour is looking like it wants to turn back up. You know what that means? That means potential break to the upside here. We haven't got to cover much ground to get through this level, to get through the 19k at all. And yeah, I mean we'll see 20k. Maybe that 4 hour, that is what it's foretelling us. Let's have a look at some higher time frames. I mean 10 hour is coming down. Look at that, 12 hours still coming up, still maintaining this trend line. Incredible. But 12 hour looking good. Maybe this is what all this was just a Bitcoin to all-time highs move. Get that spike up, everyone gets it out of the system, and then we'll get a proper pullback, and then a pullback in this. Maybe that is what has happened, what is happening. Daily just jammed up there. 2-day has, 2-day looking good. I mean, and obviously everything looking a little bit toppy until obviously we get to the bi-weekly and the monthly, the super longer time frames, and they're still looking okay. So I would have to say, guys, looking at the stochastic, we're going to basically take out 19k, and we're going to hit 20k and take out 20k and do some shenanigans around there, and then potentially play out that weekly 9. Weekly sell 9 for some pullback for a 1 to 4 week correction. So that is my crystal ball prediction, guys. That is what I envisage at the moment. Completely useless trading information in reality. Just predicting these moves ahead like that. But hey, it will be interesting to see how it plays out. Because that's one thing you would work. That was one thing you do learn when you look at so many markets for so many years. You just understand how the line moves, the squiggly line. You just understand how this moves. and not like understand how it moves, but just know the nature of these moves. You see it happen so many times. You don't really get excited in the big massive move up thinking it's going forever. You don't get just get super bearish in the big massive pull down thinking it's going to go down forever. You don't just get fed up with an asset when it trades sideways and doesn't do anything, because then you know it's going to expand the volatility. You don't get think it's going to keep trending once it trends and expands in volatility, because you just know you're then going to get periods of low volatility, and it's just how it is, guys. You know about rotations, you know about all that sort of fun stuff, and it's not like it's just because you witness it. You just learn it through repetition. Repetition just drills it into you. So yeah, that is it, guys. So that is the end of the video. Sunday evening, I'm looking forward to seeing what the Wise auction finishes at. You guys know that I'm pretty much like Wise. Wise has done me a massive favor anyway, because I have been liquidating a lot of other altcoin positions into Ethereum to put into that. So I have a huge Ethereum position now, basically, which I probably wouldn't have had otherwise. So quite pleased about that. So yeah, there we go. Got the look of the draw there. But anyway, so thanks for listening. Remember, not a financial advice, but not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. I will speak to you tomorrow on Monday, the new trading week, the new exciting altcoin trading week, maybe. And yeah, I look forward to a good one.